I want to talk to you about eye dazzlers. Now, eye dazzlers are a very interesting kind of textile, and I see it and hear it all the time. People talk about an eye dazzler, and it's not. It's really, they don't understand what that means. So when we're referring to an eye dazzler Navajo blanket, which is usually that's what we are talking about, it's from a time frame. Really about 1880 to 1890s, maybe even as late as 1910. And when we really talk about these, we're thinking about Germantown, first of all, which is a commercially made yarn that was used by the Navajos on the reservation. Now, you have to realize the reservations came in 1878, and by the 1880s to turn of the century, they were pretty much everywhere. And what this allowed for the weavers is now they had access to this yarn of all these different colors, like pinks and purples and bright greens and dark greens and yellows and reds. And so it gave them the opportunity to really be able to express creativity, and they did. And they started making these eye-popping, zigzag designed blankets. And they became very popular for a period of time. And again, when the modernist paintings came in and the pop art paintings came in, especially in the 70s and 80s, a lot of those artists collected them. So an eye dazzler doesn't just have to be made out of Germantown yarn. It can also be made out of homespun yarn. And we have a nice example of a hand spun eye dazzler. And quite frankly, these are harder to make because they had to make the yarn. And then they would use the yarn dyes to make the colors. So when you think of eye dazzlers, I really want you to consider that time frame between about 1880 to 1900-ish, and not the later reservation period. The period of Red Mesa, you could call them eye dazzlers because they use those kind of sensibilities, but they're really a rug, and it's not what I consider to be a classic eye dazzler. And the classic eye dazzlers are highly collectible.